Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. All right, brothers and sisters. Before we get started, I'd like to address that today there's a upcoming fraudcast from Lying Dog Farrakhan, the son of a devil. Today is their celebration, their Savior's Day, which it was singular before he changed it to plural. He changed it into Savior's Day to brag, to boast, to act as if someone sent him, as if God himself left him in charge, and he is the messenger Messiah, the little Jesus. You see, he's claiming titles that he doesn't fit, but all the ones that he do fit, he don't want, because there's nothing good to say about him, because he's a son of a devil, son of perdition, son of hell, little Satan. You see, the fall causer, the one who destroyed the nation of Islam, destroyed what the messenger had built. You see, he's a crippled, wheelchair-bound, disemboweled clown. You see, a liar and a punk who has been robbing the members for 42 years, who has been robbing God in his nation, who has completely turned the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and Masfar Muhammad, has turned them around, has turned the NOI backwards. You see? So he's the one who has torched, destroyed the nation. You see? He was the one that they put in place, the FBI informant, a paid informant by the government to destroy the nation. You see? Which was to uplift the black man, to teach the black man about self, given him knowledge of self, teaching them how to do for self, teaching them about their enemies, that the devil is your enemy, that the Caucasian man and woman is your enemy, teaching you to love your brothers and sisters, teaching you about what they've done to you, teaching you that separation is the key, that we would leave here, that we would not be here, that we would not stay here, that this would be temporary. You see? So this son of a devil, who is Farrakhan, he has completely done away with the teachings. He doesn't teach the messenger's teachings. He is the one who, as the 7 churches say, the fall causer. The one that was teaching to false Israel, which means there's a connection there, doesn't mean literal. That he was the one in connection with false Israel doing exactly what they're doing to us, causing us to be other than ourselves, giving us bad information, making sure that we stay down underneath their feet, making sure that we stay within the programming. He's the one that's lowering your discipline, that's lowering your power, that's doing away with our teachings, doing away with your vision, and replacing it with the American dream, replacing it with the devil's mind. You see? Telling you that devils ain't devils no more. Telling you that you ain't going nowhere. Telling you about 6-7 states. Telling you that this is our promised land. That America is our promised land. But it's not. It's the land of our imprisonment. And what did it say? It said you'd be a fool to stay here in the land of your imprisonment. And your ancestors would be sick to their stomachs. They would turn over in their grave if they knew that you thought that this is where the promised land is. that you would party with the people who tormented and tortured them day in, day out, that you would have relationships and have children with the same people who raped and murdered and tried to commit genocide on them, you see, and stomped their baby's head in and fed them shit and burnt them alive and cooked them and cut them up and amputate them and experiment on them without anesthesia. See? So I'm getting to all this to say that Louis Farrakhan is coming out today to speak about what's taking place in the Middle East, even though these things have been taking place. You see? So what is it that he can tell you? That the messenger of the covenant, that the prophets, that the prophetess, that the news, you see, hasn't already exposed, hasn't already talked about. So he waits all the way to the end of the month about something that's very important, something very dear, something very important to your life, right? If it's important, then it should be immediately spoken about. But he took the time to speak about it at the end of the month. You see? But he's not going to do anything but report something that you can do for yourself. He's not going to give you any prophecy. He's not going to tell you about what's coming, what's to take place. He's not going to be able to do that because he's in fact working for the government. He's in fact working for the House of Assad. You see? He's in fact working for Satan. He's working for false Israel. That's his devil daddy's people. He's a son of a devil. His father his father is a Portuguese Jew. You see? Which makes him a false Israel. Makes him a little Satan. So he's not coming up here to do a damn thing today, but suck the members dry of all their money. You see? Have an auction. Take the members' money and to blow hot air. Fill the audience with smoke. Give them a show, a clown show. He gonna get up there, and first they're gonna have to drug him up, hit him with all the good drugs today. Because remember, he's crippled, he's wheelchair bound, he's disemboweled as a visible flame for all eyes to see that he's a liar and a coward and a punk. You see, because false Israel already blew him up, blew his insides up that first time, which is a punishment that no man on earth would want. No one would trade places with him. No one would want that. I'd rather lose a finger. I'd rather lose an ear. I'd rather lose something else before I lose my manhood, lose my reproductive organs, which is a woman is a man's heaven, so he can never enjoy that again. But that's not a trial. That was a curse. You see, he was cursed with a curse for all eyes to see that he was not God's man. That he's not the little Messiah. That he's not the one to take you home. That he's indeed a wheelchair crippled punk that was cursed by God for robbing his nation, robbing God and his nation. You see, and flooding it with devils and demons like him. You see, changing the teachings. You see, when he said he claiming that he's doing the same work, but no, he's not. He's doing the opposite. He's giving you the devil's mind. He's giving you L. Ron Hubbard. He's giving you Scientology. He's giving you Sunniism. He's giving you Dianetics. He's giving you confession. And he's robbing the members. So he's going to come up here. They're going to drug him up, strap him to the podium, and he's going to try to give a show. And he's not going to talk about a damn thing that's not already been exposed and talked about. And what they're going to do is take from the messenger of the covenant, take what he's been speaking about all week, take his lectures and find a different way to manipulate and twist and give it to you in a way that they feel like, in a way that they make you feel as if he know what the hell he's talking about. Give it to you in a different, in a demon way. They're going to give it to you the way they're going to give it to you. You understand? As if he's on top of these things. As if he's the one exposing these things. As if the messenger of the covenant is stealing from him. But he is indeed the one stealing from the messenger of the covenant. And he's not going to give you nothing. He said, why do you love the devil? Because the devil gives you nothing. And he's a son of a devil. And he gives you nothing. He's given nothing to the nation of Islam. He has destroyed the nation because they're not a nation. He's not even willing to leave. a nation will want to leave. You want to stay a nation within a nation. You might as well go ahead and just become Americans. You might as well go ahead and become an American citizen. You might as well go ahead and partner with America, because that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to integrate with Massa. He wants you to stay here with Massa. He wants you to love Massa. He wants you to forgive Massa. He wants you to love the devils. Devils ain't devils no more. He wants to do these things. You see, talk you out of your reward. You see, even though all your ancestors went through all these things, right, for 400 years, and now we have an inheritance to receive, and now he's helping the devil talk you out of your reward. You see, trying to get you to invest in this illusion. You see, this illusion called the American dream. And Louis Farrakhan and these demons are helping the mission. You understand? So Louis Farrakhan knows that he's the son of the devil. He knows the teaching enough to know that he's the son of the devil, which means he has no reward. So he's going to be left behind here with these devils, his swine-eating daddies. He's going to be here, and because he begged not to leave the country anyway. He begged to not be tortured and tormented. Stop tormenting me. You see, he didn't want to be exposed. He was trying to stay covered up. But either way, he's going to stay here, and what he's going to do is try to successfully trick you out of your reward to get you to stay here through the tribulations with him. You see, that's why he says we're not going anywhere. This is the promised land. That our blood, sweat, and tears, and such, get you talking in that manner. You see, trying to convince you that you're not going anywhere. So if he really wanted to make a stand today, you see, he don't even have to speak much about the Middle East. Go ahead. You can go ahead and say that the false Israel is Satan. Just say that. Keep it simple. You see, false Israel is Satan. Just say that. That's what it say, right? That's Satan. You go ahead and read. Go ahead and read John. Tell them what Jesus said to the Jews. Tell them that the Father's devil. You can tell them that, right? See, but then you won't speak about biology. You won't speak about DNA, because that leads back to you. Your father's a devil. You see? So he's not going to speak about these type of things. So he's not going to expose false Israel, because he'd be exposing himself. And he can't, because they already did. Look what they did to him the first time. That was a message to him to not play around with them. So he's controlled like a puppet by false Israel, by the House of Side, by America. You see? Because he's a punk. You see? And if he wanted, like I said, if he wanted to take a stab at it today, just speak about the covenant. Talk about our reward. Talk about the Abraham covenant. It said the people without a vision would perish. So just speak about the covenant today. That'd be the highlight of the day. Just light it up. Hit it with the Abraham covenant. Don't waste no damn time. Get straight to it. Tell them about their reward. Tell them about their enemies being judged. Tell them about them coming out, going back to their fathers in peace. That their hearts will return back to their fathers. And that means if their hearts return back to their fathers, that means that they turn from their ways, which means they're not supporting the American dream anymore. Now their hearts is going back to their fathers. They're investing in themselves. They're investing in their right mind. They're getting back to themselves. You see? Talk about that. You see? Speak about what a land that we will return to. Tell them that this is the worst part of the planet Earth. Tell them that Arabia is the land that we will return to. We're going back to Africa. Tell them about that. You see? And it says what? That we was leaving out, not coming out the devil's ways, not coming out of their religion, not coming out of their out of their jobs and this and that and whatever the hell else y'all be talking about. You see? Talking about coming out of their ways and coming out of their devilish Satan's ways. No. Our people are blessed. Our people are original. Our people are righteous Muslims by nature. You see, you're either a devil or you're original. You're either wicked or you're righteous by nature. You're not fighting between the two. There's no fight between the two. No, you're demon possessed. You devil, well, you could be devil possessed if you don't understand that the devil is your enemy, even though he's your open enemy, which is a give me. So he should be, but he's not teaching that devil the devils anymore. So he's teaching that the devil's your friend, he's your pal, he's your homeboy. So he's definitely not exposing demons because he can't expose himself. You understand? But he can't speak about the covenant, even though the covenant is our vision. You see? But he can't give you your vision because that's destroying him. You understand? So brothers and sisters, you're not going to hear anything today from Savior's Day, from Louis Farrakhan. He's a damn fool who's being controlled by your enemies. And he's your enemy. He's your number. He's the chief. He's the chief enemy, chief demon, legion. You see, Luciferian grounds of the NOI backwards, meaning turned the NOI backwards. You see, destroyed everything. So you think that he's gonna out of nowhere magically give you something today? He's not gonna give you a damn thing. He's gonna give you a run for your money. He's gonna give you the best damn show he can give you. They're gonna pump him up with drugs, and they're gonna have him up there acting like a damn fool, and they're gonna hit you back with auction and auction off your money and have you donate your bread and have you see they're gonna pump your adrenaline today. You understand? They're not gonna give you nothing that the messenger of the covenant hasn't already given you. You know, that the prophets had already given you, that the prophetess has already given you, and the damn news it damn Selden gave you. You can watch the news on what's taking place in the Middle East. You ain't got to wait on him. You see what's going on. You see what's going on. Wars and rumors of wars. War. There's a lot of stuff going on. You see? False Israel's under heat. America's under heat. America, you see? Britain is under heat. All these, the Caucasian nations are under heat. You see? Things are heating up. Things are getting hot. You need nobody to tell you that Master Muhammad is about to prepare a way for you to return home, to getting things prepared for you, because all this is about you. You don't need him to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? You don't need him waiting on him to tell you something that we've already given you. We've already prepared you. We're telling you constantly. We've been telling you. The messenger of covenant been telling you for 30 plus years. We've been telling you for 4. But we've been doing these things. We got plenty of videos out there telling you about the war in the Middle East, telling you about these things before everybody even spoke about them. We telling you before these things even talked about. Nobody was talking about China, India. Nobody was talking about the war in the Middle East. Nobody was talking about that the war was sparked in heaven, that the war was sparked in the Middle East, about American Britain and false Israel going to war with Iran and Syria and the God, Master Muhammad. Nobody was talking about all these things. You see? So he's waiting around like a damn reporter to tell you some stuff that's already been told. He's not telling you anything. You see? Because if he was, he'd be telling you that false Israel's going to be destroyed. You see? And that's when all hell's going to break loose. And you're in trouble. You see? Now that's prophecy. Tell them something. If you're going to tell them that they're in danger. Prepare your people. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You tell them to stock up on food. You tell them to be a target. You tell them to keep investing in this reality. You tell them to love the devil. The devil's the best teacher. He's your best leader. You see? There's nothing wrong with the devil. Nothing wrong with your enemy. It's just we all sinful. You're sinful. You're sinful. You see? And it says what? The accuser of our brother will be casted down, which he will be casted down at the same time false Israel would be, because he's little Satan, you see? And that's the topic. Satan, you see? Which is false Israel. So if he's going to get up there to say something, tell him about false Israel and how they're the so-called true seed of Abraham, which the world is structured around that idea. So tell them that false Israel was set up intentionally to prove that you were not the true seed of Abraham, and they were. That when the messenger came, he proclaimed that what? That we were. So guess what they did? American Britain, they countered his claim by establishing who? False Israel. You see? By setting them up to protect themselves from being discovered as wicked, twisted devils who were terrorizing and torturing God's people for 400 plus years. See? So false Israel is not who they claim to be. They are false. They are not the seed of Abraham. They are Satan, who was set up by these devils to steal your ID, to steal your inheritance, to steal your birthright, to rob our nation. You see? And false Israel is Satan. Satan. That's what the 7 churches tell you. In chapters 2 and 3 of Revelations, with the 7 churches, verse 9, both chapters, it tells you here. It says, the God says what? He said, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. You see? So you had the God telling you right off the bat, they're lying. They claim to be Jews, but they're lying. He said they what? Synagogue of the Satan. Who the ones who have synagogues? False Israel does, right? They're the Jews, right? They're the ones with synagogues, worshiping sinners of what? Satan. You see? And then Jesus said what? He said in the blasphemy, which is a violation against God. And he said what? Out of the ones saying, the violation is them saying that what? They're Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. You see? So you calling Jesus a liar? Are you saying that Jesus don't know what he's talking about? Are you claiming that his word is flawed? You believe in one part, don't believe in the other? You see? Is that what you do? That's what y'all do, right? When you don't agree with something, you say, oh, that's corrupted. No. That's not how it works. It's either 100% correct or it's 100% wrong. You understand? Incorrect. So you got to choose one. So either it's right or it's wrong. But that's what a hypocrite does. They choose one part and they don't believe in the other. You see? We said you had to believe in all Allah's words. You had to believe in all God's words. And Jesus clearly said that there's Satan, that your father's the devil, that your ways are contrary from the Father's, that your fathers are man killers. See? So you're saying Jesus is a liar? You see? That's what y'all saying, right? Y'all believe in Jesus Christ, right? It's means of followers of Jesus Christ, ain't it? See? But Jesus didn't have many followers. So who the hell are y'all following? It says what? It says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan, that even Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light. And it says what? That Satan is who? Satan is the god of this world, who has blinded the minds of those who don't believe what I'm saying right now. Who they are not able to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand the message, which is the teaching of this. You see? So you have people believing that they're worshiping Jesus Christ, but Jesus didn't have many followers in it. So who the hell are they following? They're following Satan. That's the secret. You're worshiping Satan. That devil that you see on the cross with that long hair, blue eyes, that's just Satan. That's Satan you're worshiping. Jesus didn't have long hair. He didn't have pale skin. He had skin of bronze. And he didn't have long girly hair. That's a sin for men to have hair. He didn't have that. He had hair like lamb's wool. You see? It was low cut. You see? So that devil that you see on the cross is the bronze serpent on the stick, which is the image of us, the gold, the nation, the original nation is the image of gold. Brass is the image of gold. Brass serpent on the stick is Satan, which is in the image of us, which is what Satan is, claiming to be you, stealing your identity, stole your ID, claiming to be you. You see? And everyone's supporting that. American Britain and these demons supporting that. They're supporting Satan stealing your ID. And they're all in on it, destroying you, having you commit fornication to eat things sacrificed to idols, causing you to take in bad information. You getting bad information from your enemies, and you get your answers come out messed up because of the information that you're receiving is bad information. So you perform acts against yourself due to the information you're receiving. You see? And they're all in cahoots with your destruction, because these things are all tailored to destroy the black man and woman of America, and to trash and to torch your image. Because when you that way, if you ever rose up, if you ever got up on your feet and realized that somebody's stealing your ID, and you come back to say, hey, these people have stolen my identity, you can never, they're not going to believe you. You're not going to be credible enough. They're going to be like, look at these damn clowns. Look at these fools. You see, because that's the image that they painted for you, that you was pimps, hoes, fools, clowns, homosexuals, punks, idiots, dummies. You see, uneducated savages. That's the image that they painted for you, but you're not. But this is what they blame you. But you don't blame the product, you blame the manufacturing. And America turned you into these things. You see, but they did all these things deliberately. They did these things on purpose because their job is to keep you down. Keep you in the dump. Keep you unaware. Keep you from finding out who you are. Because if you ever do, then they in trouble. That means now that if they find out who they are, they gonna lift up, and that's gonna take them down. That takes everybody out of their positions. That means things are gonna change. That means that they're under judgment. That means that they're due judgment, which they're trying to escape. You understand? So Satan is going to keep doing what he's doing, and they're going to keep pushing because they're the ones hiding behind Satan. They're the ones hiding behind him. They're the mask that they put this mask into existence. They're the ones made the mask to protect themselves, because it says what? They claim to be the Semite, the seed of Abraham. It says, bless those who bless Israel. So they're the ones who painted this image to bless Israel. You see? They're the ones who said it. They're the ones who did it. And our job is to reveal, expose, address, target, attack, magnify, highlight, penetrate Satan. Tell you who Satan is, which is false Israel. These devils. You see? Tell them that their father's the devil. You see? Tell them that they're nothing. That their image don't match up with their actions. That they claim to play that sympathy card for them getting burnt up. But that was from their own actions. You see? They did that to themselves for betraying their country. So they got what was coming to them. And they should have finished the job. But what happened? They found that the black man and woman of America was the true seed of Abraham. You see? So they stopped burning them up and gave them that land. 26 years later, after they helped Britain win that war. You see, they helped them win that war. You see? 26 years after they got that land in 1948, 26 years before that, they were supposed to give them that land for helping Britain win that war against Germany in World War I. But they waited all the way until they found out who we was, and that's when they utilized that to do. They utilized that land that they was going to give to them to place them in there and call them Jews, call them God's chosen people, to fit and steal our description, our image, and to trash and throw yours down the garbage can, put yours in the trash, and put yours in the toilet, put it in there with the dookie. You see, to literally completely destroy your image, so no one gives a damn about you and all the things that's happening to you, because Israel's the one, false Israel's the one that's being blessed. And it said, bless those who bless Israel. So no, everybody's focused on blessing Israel. To hell with you niggas, because you're cursed. You're nothing. God hated you. He cursed you black. He cursed you. He hated you himself. You see, that's how they justify terrorizing and torturing you, because they use the scriptures against you. You see, they use it to terrorize you. They use it to justify their torment towards you. Because if false Israel is God's chosen people and they're the blessed ones, then who are you? You're nothing. You're cursed. You're ham. You're this. You're that. You're nothing. Everybody can do it. Anybody can do anything to you. And then look at your image. It's trash. It's nothing. You see? So now they justify all these damn things they're doing to you. And it's no problem. You see? They don't have an issue with these things, because they're the ones who set this up for you to be destroyed. This American dream is tailored to your destruction. You understand? All these things is against you totally. That's what should be spoken about today. How this whole thing is totally against you, and you'll be a fool to stay here and lay in your imprisonment. You see? You'll be a fool to not turn your hearts back to your Father. You'll be crazy as hell to stay here and be tormented and tortured with your enemies, because they're due judgment. You see? So either way it go, these devils are sick. They're twisted. They all messed up. And you know, they want you to believe in what they believe, so they can escape judgment. They want you to believe that they're good people, that we didn't do these things, that what our fathers did we shouldn't be responsible for. But you don't see them giving back the land that they stole. You don't see them giving you back your name that they stole. You don't see them putting you back in a position to get you back home where they stole you from, where they forefathers stole you from. You don't see them trying to implement anything to give back what they've taken. They're eating off the fruits of right. They still enjoying the fruits of their forefathers' labor, right? So they're just as guilty, and that by their own law, right? Association, you're just as guilty. Yeah, y'all ain't doing a damn thing to stop it. You ain't doing a damn thing to reverse it. You ain't doing a damn thing to try to help make sure that the black man and woman of America was put back where they belong. You see, or giving them back what they took, or exposing the information that your ancestors did these things, and don't call it critical race theory. Call it what it is: facts about what happened to the black man and woman of America: torture, murder, rape, experimentation, misery, oppression, completely dehumanized past imaginable. Call it what it is. Don't call it critical race theory. Don't call it something that coulda, shoulda, woulda. But y'all don't do that to the Holocaust. You wouldn't play around with the Holocaust like that. In the Holocaust, ain't nothing happened to them. And like I said, that was because of what they did to themselves. You see? They were playing the boo-hoo card. They were playing that sympathy card until they found out that they was cutting babies' heads off. You see? Everybody was all with them until they found out that they was baby killers. You see? Now, nobody gives a damn now, huh? Yeah, that man, they always seem a little foul to me. Yeah, you see? Their image ain't matching up with their actions. Actions speak louder than words. And now, the truth's coming out. They've been hit and exposed with the truth. You see? That's that fire. Hitting them up with fire. Busting at them. You see? And that's what they don't like it. It ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You see? Because what you gonna do? You can't do nothing. You see? Because we with the gods. We with the high priests. We got the higher mathematics. You understand? We got the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't do nothing. What you gonna do? You see? You can't do nothing. But listen to what I'm saying and be destroyed and be attacked and feel some type of way. You see? So, brothers and sisters, Satan, you see? And these devils pushing it. These devils, that's how they think. You gotta understand, they built this idea, this ideology. This is the structure of their reality. Their world is structured around this idea that false Israel is the true people because they have to. Because this is what's keeping them masked. It's the mask is covering their hideous, monstrous face. You understand? So they're hiding behind this mask. So take a quick second to listen to this, brothers and sisters. Listen to these devils. This is how the devils think. Listen.
And forget what the news is saying. God's chosen people are the Israelites. With that being said, continue to pray for them. Forget what everybody else is saying. Continue to pray for Israel. In Psalm 122, verse 4 through 6, it even says it. And for those of you who don't know the verse, I will gladly read it to you. All of the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord, as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. With that being said, stop thinking that humans, what they say, is the truth, because nothing but God's word is the truth. And for those who continue to laugh about what's going on in Israel, just remember, you are messing with God's chosen people. What social media is saying.
Ooh, you messing with God's chosen people, huh? So you hear that? Pray for Israel. Pray for Jerusalem. Pray for peace. Pray, help Israel. Don't worry about what these people are saying. Don't worry about what the media is saying. Don't worry about what they've done and what they're doing. Don't worry about them killing innocent women and children, blowing up babies. Don't worry about that. Pray for Israel. Pray for God's chosen people. You see, who have terrorized and tortured people for 70 plus years and has put them under siege and caused their families to die. Don't worry about that, though. Don't worry about that they had a better way to attack their enemies, but they blew up whole people. They blew up innocent women and children. Don't worry about that. Just pray for Israel. Pray for peace. You see? Don't worry about their monsters. You see? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what man say. Stop worrying about what man say. Worry about what God said. You see? So right there, right off the bat, she said, don't worry about what God said. I mean, don't worry about what they say. Worry about what God say. See? So now she's a hypocrite. You see? That was a hypocrite. Because God's word says what? He says, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep to Satan, that Satan was what? That Satan was not righteous. You see? That, like, first of all, let's get to it. As many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep to Satan, that Satan would masquerade as an angel of light, but he was not, he was Satan. It says what? The ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. And the blasphemy, the violation out of the ones saying what? Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. Who is Satan is what? The God of this world. And it says what about Satan and these devils? It says that there is none that is righteous. No, not so much is one. There is none that's righteous. No, not one. There is none that understand. Because they can't. Because their ways are contrary from the fathers. They don't have the same nature. They're wicked. They're evil. They're sick. They're twisted. They're monsters. They're rapists. They're pedophiles. You understand? See? So then it says there is none that understand. There is none that seek after God. They can't, because they had no fear of God before their eyes. They had no fear of consequence, or else they would have never touched us. Because it said the day you touch them, you'll surely die. And they didn't give a damn when they did it the first time, and now they're on their way back for seconds. You see? So they really putting the nail in their coffin. You understand? So, and it says what? They have all turned aside. They are together become worthless. There is none that does good. No, not so much as one. You see? It says that they all are sick. They all are twisted. That none of them are good. So this is what God's word said. It said that they're Satan. That their father's the devil. That their father was made to make mischief and shed blood. That they would go out, kill, steal, and destroy, taking other people's belongings because they couldn't create a damn thing for themselves. And everywhere they went, everywhere they went, they caused poverty and disease because they're sick individuals, wicked, terrible people, monsters, hideous people who are going down. That's what God's word says. And that's why it says what? That's why they had this thing established. They had built up this image to protect false Israel, to protect these people, because that means if they're exposed, then that means that they're exposed. If false Israel is exposed, then it means the devils are exposed. So they're going to keep this lie going because that's their balance. That's their therapy. That's their safety net. That's how they feel. That's what's making them feel good. So if this is ever discovered as incorrect, then that means that who are they? They're monsters who've been terrorizing God's people and they do judgment. You understand? So they're going to keep this lie going. They're going to keep supporting false Israel. Even though they tell you to support false Israel, but false Israel has completely supported, had 100% support in your destruction. He was the one completely invested in the slave trade, which was your oppression and misery. He's the one who made X amount of money off blackface, which is making fun of who you are, painting his face black and clowning your condition, clowning your misery. You see, making fun of you, making fun of your condition, and making fun of your experience. You see, but they wouldn't do it to the Holocaust, but they shit all on you. You see, so. He's the one fully invested in Hollywood, in the mainstream media, to poison your brain, to destroy your brain, to control what you hear and what you see, which destroys your mind, which keeps you programmed, keep you within the programming, he's the one who sick the demons on you because he's the one approving their music. He's the one paying them X amount of dollars to keep you programmed and keep you in this illusion, keep you delusional. Keep them as your role models, as your examples, to destroy your image, to destroy you. All this money that they shoving here in America to keep you pacified, to keep you blind, to keep you unaware, to keep you from finding out that you are the God. You see, that you are the ones that all this stuff is taking place. Everything that's taking place in the world is centered around you, centered around your covenant. Keep you from lifting up because they're the ones holding you down, and them holding you down is lifting them up. And the moment you lift up, that's their destruction. You see? So they don't want you to know about Satan. They don't want you to know about devils. They don't want you to know about demons because that's gonna put the icing on the cake. You know better, you do better. You find out about your vision, you torch this one because you know that this was not guaranteed. It's short gains, and this reality is about to come to an end. And Egypt, which is America, is going to be destroyed, never to be a nation again, uninhabitable. You understand? And this judgment set here. So this is why I said you'll be a fool to stay here in the land of your imprisonment. You'll be crazy, you'll be out your mind. But that's what the demon's job is, to get you, to suck you dry, to get you to believe that you're sinful, that you're nothing, that this is the best place, that they got everything going here, to keep you as a consumer, to keep you from not knowing how to do anything yourself, so you can solely depend on the devils, so you never lift out of your miserable condition. You see? So, either way, we're going to talk about the Abraham covenant, which should be the topic of the day. This is what you should get. This is what the Savior Day should be about. This is what the topic should be about, period. As soon as you come out, Abraham covenant, everybody should be speaking about it. This should be it. This should be the juice of the day. This should be the pump. You know what I'm saying? This should be the inspiration. This should be the motivation. This should be every damn thing you need, period. Straight off the jump. You see, the Abraham covenant, the black men and women of America's vision, true vision that will destroy your enemies. Remind you of what happened here. Remind you that we live in our Exodus, mean to exit, not stay here, not go outside of their ways, go outside of whatever the hell, come out of their ways, come out of their religion, come out of their whatever the hell. No, leave America completely. Complete separation, which is the teachings. That's the teachings. That's the original teachings. Complete separation. Get the hell out of here. Going home. You see? So either way, you have those who claim to be us. You see, false Israel. So they should be able to fit the description since they claim to be Semites, which we know that they're the anti-Semites, which is what they hit everybody with. You see, and it's only going to get worse for them. You see, because they're under pressure and they can't handle pressure. And this in a time where everything will fail for them because it's over with for them. You see. So either way it go, we can run through it. This is the Black Men and Women of America's vision, but someone has stolen your identity, stolen your image. So they claiming that they can fit this description. So let's see if they can fit it. Okay, so it says what? Know of a surety, meaning to be certain that thy seed, the seed of who? Abraham. Which right off the bat, they don't fit the description because what Jesus said? He said your father's the devil. You see? So they don't fit that description this quickly. As soon as you get there, they already failed. Then it says what? It says that thy seed shall be sojourners, meaning to be temporarily in where? In a land that's not yours. Okay, so they claim that they was delivered out of Egypt, right? They was the Israelites delivered out of Egypt. So okay, so they was delivered out of Egypt into Palestine, right? Okay, well that's not land that's not yours. You see? You said you're in a strange land that is not yours, but you still in the same land. That's still east. You see? That's next door. That's across the street. For it to be completely strange or foreign to you, a land that's not yours, you would have to go from east to west or west to east. So this is another indication that they don't fit the description of a Semite. You see? And then it also says what? That a Semite, a seed of Abraham, would go through what? Servitude and affliction for 400 years. And how long did they go through the Holocaust? 5-6 years, right? And then it says what? So right off the bat, they don't even fit the 400 mark. They only made it to 5-6 years or so. And then it says what? When Jesus had a conversation with them, he said, the truth shall set you free. And they was confused because it said that none understand because they don't have the mind. They don't have the brain to. They got different nature. So they was confused and they told on themselves and said, what do you mean about this set you free? We never been in bondage to any man. So they told on themselves that they never been in servitude, which is a qualifying factor that which is a qualifying factor to meet the description of a Semite. So right off the bat again, they don't fit the description of the Abraham covenant, which means that they're not who they claim to be. They're Satan, you see? And it says what? And also that nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterwards they shall come out. Okay, so we know that this nation, whoever did these things to the Semites they're under judgment. So who's under judgment? The devils. 1619, 2019, 2020 year judgment, the plague that would kill the firstborn. Kill the elderly, meaning the firstborn. Kill the firstborn, meaning the elderly, but pass over those with the lamb's blood, meaning it had to be original, had the same DNA as the lamb. But it didn't pass over the devils. It didn't pass over Satan. It didn't pass over false Israel. They shut that whole economy down. But who did it pass over? It passed over the original Black Men and Women of America. It passed over African Hades because we had the same DNA as the lamb. You see, which tells you that the lamb is black, that he's original black. He's a black man. You see, which they was dropping like flies. You see, which you can check the World Health Organization. They had to set up. They tell you that they were being affected. That Israel was being affected. That false Israel was being affected. But it was supposed to pass over them. You see, the Passover, which they were taught, Exodus out the womb. So they knew when this happened, they knew that they were in trouble. They knew that their days was limited. They knew that their days was short and they had to bust a move. So now you see them acting out the manner they're acting out in. They got their foot in everybody's they got their foot in all these wars. And they're not backing down. And they're trying to get themselves under control because they're losing control of who they losing control. You see, they had the authority. They're losing authority. They're losing control. They're losing their image. You see, they're under attack. They're under pressure. All the systems are failing. All the propaganda is not working. All the times that they usually huff and puff and blow down people's houses is not blowing down anymore. They're the ones that's being affected. They're the ones being blown down. They're the ones crumbling. You see? So now everything that they say that they inherited because when 2020 came, it said all things will fail for them. All these systems fail. All their plans fail. It said everything will backfire, boomerang. So they better be careful. They said they hear what they say. So they put people on the siege and saying people going to be destroyed. That's what you said. You reap what you sow. And we're in the time of judgment. And that's what's going to happen to them. They inherit what they say. So either way it go, you see, they the ones under judgment. which is indication that they're not who they claim to be, because it says what? God said, and also the nation whom they serve will I judge. But they the ones under judgment. So they must be guilty of whatever. They must be guilty of the affliction and servitude of the original nation, which they are, 100%. You see? And it says what? They will come out. But they already came out. According to them, they already delivered out of Egypt. You see? It says they claim it that the Bible was past tense. That is irrelevant. That is outdated information that we just learn in day-to-day life lessons from. You see, they're telling you that they already came out. They should be coming out now in 2020 because the Bible is future tense. You see, it's future history. I mean, right, future. It's future tense, future history. It's telling you what's going to happen, what's going to take place. We're living out the scriptures. You see, so they should be coming out now, but they've already claimed that they come out, which is not correct, because they'll be coming out. The seed of Abraham will be coming out around this time in this generation. You see, and also. Right. And also, didn't it say God would give them the land? But didn't they take it? They took the land. They didn't wait on God to bless them. They blessed themselves. And then it said God said they would have peace. But they haven't had a day of peace since they've been over there. In the walls, in the wars, is evidence that they don't have any peace. And they're supposed to be in peace. But they got all these situations going on, which indicate that they're not who they claim to be. And then it also said where God would give the seed of Abraham the land. He said, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Which, if you look on the map, if you look at these coordinates, right, you're gonna you look at these coordinates in the Middle East, it's going to point you in the direction of Arabia, Great Arabia. But where they sitting at? They sitting in little Palestine. They sitting in Jerusalem. They're sitting in the wrong land. You see? Which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be, because they're sitting on the wrong land. They're not even sitting where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be in Great Arabia, not Jerusalem, not little Palestine. You see? So, brothers and sisters, it's clear who Satan is. It's false Israel. You see? We got a few more things. It's even in their name. False Israel. False means not true, fiction, fake, phonies. Not Israel. You see? So it's right here, brothers and sisters. False Israel is not real. And then look at this. Look how they spell real. They spell it wrong. These two, the A and E, should be flipped. Anything is real should be spelled like this. Is R-E-A-L. Is real. Which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. And then here, Jewish. I mean, they wish to be Jews. They wish that they were Jews. But what did it say? Jesus said, your father's the devil. He says what? He said, the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. That they're lying. That they're not who they claim to be. They wish and pray and hope and wish. But we know nothing has ever came out of wishes and prayers. Nothing has ever been created out of it. Nothing has ever been produced. Only mathematics. Only consequence. You see? So you can wish and pray all they want. But they're Satan. They're the devil. Their father's the devil. You see? And not only that, even Ish. Ish, the suffix word ish means a little bit, not exactly, somewhat, kinda, sorta, not exactly, like mankind, kinda like a man. Jewish, meaning that you're not even really that. You see, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be, because they're Jewish, sort of Jews, kind of Jews, somewhat Jews, not really the thing. You know what I'm saying? They're Satan. That's what it says. So they can wish and hope and pray all they want, but they're Satan. Their father's the devil. And then it says the word Jew came from the word Judah, which is original tribe out of Africa, Levite tribe, the tribe of Judah. You see, which is a priest tribe, original tribe out of Africa. So they wish that they were original tribe from Africa. They wish that they were the tribe of Judah. You see, they wish that they were original. They wish that they weren't the devils. They wish that their fathers weren't the devils. They wish that they were Jews and they weren't Satan. But this says what? Those claim to be Jews, they're Satan. You see? So it's clear, brothers and sisters. They're going down. They're under pressure. They're being squeezed to death. They're being choked out. You see? They're Satan. You see? And that's what today should be spoken about. If you're going to do anything, tell them that Tell them the whole truth. Tell them that they all, and not some are satanic, some of them are good. No, it say all of them are wicked. None of them are righteous. None of them are good. Not one. They're all sick, twisted people, even you, including yourself. So that's why you can't talk. You can't talk like this. You can't even say nothing against them because they already blew you up, blew your insides all up. So you know not to play with their name, you see. But we protected over here. But you claim to be protected by God. You claim to be God's man. But they got to you. So damn, that means God allowed it to happen to you. Because you say nothing happened without the will of Allah, right? So that means that God allowed them to blow your insides up, you see. So for you to be God's man, you should be upset with God. Because why he let that happen to you? Last time I checked, God has never chastised any of his prophets. You see, because you're not a prophet. You see, that's not a trial. That's a curse. Boy, you've been cursed because you're a liar. Because you're a sick son of a gun. You who was robbing God's nation. Who keep getting up here claiming to be stuff that you're not. Keep lying. Keep sucking the members dry. Keep not giving them no information. Keep doing all the things you're doing. You see, claiming false titles and not taking responsibility for your actions. You see? And you're going to keep reaping what you serve. I said, sir. You're going to keep reaping what you sow, fool. You see? But that's what a demon would do. You're doing what demons do. You're doing what demons do. Yeah, that's what you do. You see, you're sick, wicked, twisted. You're just like your fathers. You're the devil. Made to make mischief and shed blood. Gives you nothing. That's why they love you, because you give them nothing. You keep sucking. You're a parasite. You're a bloodsucker. You're a vampire. You're nothing. You're worthless. You're in a diaper. You can't even wipe your own ass. You can't do nothing. You're wheelchair bound. Where you going? Who you gonna take with you? You can't take them nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. You see? Boy, woo! I'm trying to tell you. So, brothers and sisters, it says here, Satan. One's claiming to be Jews, but they're not. They're Satan. Synagogue of Satan. Blasphemy, the violation. Claiming to be something that they're not. But they're Satan. And it says their father's the devil. It says that their fathers are man killers, made to make mischief and shed blood, that their ways is contrary from the fathers. False Israel is not your friend. They're your enemy who has destroyed your image and stolen yours and claimed to be you and has torched yours because their job is to eliminate you. But guess what's going to happen to them? They're the ones going to be eliminated, and they're the ones sitting in Jerusalem, right? They sitting in little Palestine, right? And what does it say about that? It says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. Right? Well, there it is, right? This is the configuration of the 7 churches book. You see? You have all the churches in order. You see? Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, Laodicea, which is Britain, Iran, Syria, false Israel in the middle, Russia, America, EU. These are all the Caucasian nations. This is the configuration of the book, which is the destruction of false Israel, being surrounded by armies in the fall of America. This is a warning to the black people. This is your sign to flee. You see? So let's get to it. Why are you fleeing? Because it says what? When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. Who controls Jerusalem? False Israel. That means that they're going to be destroyed. Not redeemed, not punished, but destroyed. Which proves that they're not who they claim to be. They're not the true seed of Abraham. Because it says what? Once God placed them in their land, they are not to be uprooted or removed. Which would indicate immediately that they're not who they claim to be. And now what have they been exposed as? Satan. That means that everybody know that they're Satan. And the ones hiding behind Satan were what? Devils, monsters, beasts who were terrorizing and torturing God's people. And it says what? Curse those who curse Israel. So now they realize now that they're cursed. And now that they realize immediately that they're in danger, that you're the reason why they're going through all the stuff that's coming their way, and now they are about to attack you because the ideology and the reality is set up around the idea that false Israel is true seed of Abraham. So when that's exposed, they're exposed, and now they realize that their forefathers are not in heaven and they're in hell, and that's where they're on their way to. They're on their way to hell, and you're the cause of it. You're the cause of their judgment, because you are their judgment. You're the personification of their judgment. You You've now been reminded that the world know who you are. It says, curse those who curse Israel. And now the will of Allah to do unto them as was done to you. So they cut your tongue out. And now you hear they cut their tongue out. And they know now that you are an existential threat to them. They said now it's either you or them. So they coming at you full blown because now they have lost control. They have completely lost control. You understand? They lost that the ideology has been exploded. It's been shattered. That's their mind. That's their mind. So now they're insane. Now they're out of their minds. Now they're rushing to gain control because they lost control. They lost control. So they're coming at you to get rid of you, get rid of the evidence, to gain that control back, to gain that ideology that they're good people, that they destroy you, get away with judgment, take you out of existence because you are the judgment. So their job is to get rid of you now, to scoop you under the rug, to eliminate you, to murder you, to kill you. And it says, flee. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, it says, flee, 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 flee. Get out of their neighborhoods. Get out of their communities. Get out of their suburbs. Get out of the suburbs. Get away from these damn devils. Get out of bed with them. If you're in the bed with them, you're in trouble anyway. Get out of there. Because when they get the call that you are the true seed of Abraham, they're coming to kill you. That's why it says flee. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, when you see them surrounded by armies, when you see them go into siege, it says get the hell out of there. Because if you wait, if you hesitate, then that's your life. You understand? They're going to kill you. So this said, my people are lost from the lack of knowledge. Lost from the lack of knowledge of what? That when false Israel is defeated by Iran, the imminent war is going to take place versus Iran in false Israel. They're going to lose the war. And all blacks is going to, and once they're destroyed, it's going to trigger the attack of all blacks. And if you hesitate, you're going to lose your life. And that's why this is the message that should be spoken about. It should be talked about every day because our people's lives are in jeopardy. Our people don't know that they're in the eye of a storm. That they don't understand that they're in danger. That their life is being threatened. That it's deeper than threatened. They're coming to kill you. Period. That they're coming to kill you now. You see, at first it was hidden. It was subliminal. It was on the slide. But now they're gonna be at full. You see. Now they're going to be full blown at you now. They're coming out with their true colors. They're going to show you that they hate you for real. They're going to come kill you for real. You understand? So, brothers and sisters, you must get out of their communities. Get into the inner cities. Get into the inner cities. Get into the inner cities. Get in the inner cities where your people are. Because we're going to have to gather up. And we're going to have to get this information. Upload this information. Get your protection up. You see? And don't worry about... because the thing is, if you stay in that community, they're gonna kill you. We're gonna unite as an army. We're gonna get in. We're gonna unite, and we're gonna become a great army. You're gonna get all the tools you need to survive. You're gonna have food. You're gonna have all these things. It's gonna be a famine here. They're not gonna have any food because the authority switch. They're not gonna have any oil, which is their reality runs off oil, and you're still 3/5 of a human. So last time I checked, you're still considered as food. So when famine strike, they're gonna eat you, which is another thing, another problem. And you're gonna have food, and they're gonna eat you. You see, but we're getting food from the God, from Ashraf Muhammad. You see, we get manna from heaven. See, but don't stock up on no food and all that. Don't make yourself a target. We're gonna get together, and we're gonna become a great army, and we're gonna secure our nation. We're gonna get this information, which is the high pressure for this reality, which destroys this reality. But you see, we're gonna come together. You see? But don't be on your own thinking that you go store food and save somebody, because you're going to become a target. You're going to become food. They're going to put you on the menu. You understand? Because these people eat all their life. So when there ain't no food in here, ain't no electricity, ain't no heat, ain't no nothing, these people going to be straight savages. They're going to show you their true colors. And that's why I'm saying you are in danger. You see? And we got to get our people to understanding this. So you see somebody, you tell them that when false Israel go into siege, get out of there. Get out of there. Get into the inner cities. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. You lose your life. You lose your family's life. This message is important, brothers and sisters. So if you see it, brothers and sisters, you make sure you tell them. If this makes sense to you and resonate with you, good. Now keep telling your brothers and sisters, because warn them, because they're in danger. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.